tuning in. October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and one of the great things that always happens is when there's a cause that really we should be paying attention to, and people who have made a name for themselves as celebrities jump on board. It really catapults the efforts a lot. Pippa Mann is on the phone. Pippa is an Indy race car series driver. She became the first woman to win a pole position at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. She's a partner with Susan G. Komen, and we've had a couple of guests from Susan G. Komen in the last few weeks. And of course, she's a team member of the Dale Coyne Racing and a British racing car driver. Speaking to us now, I don't know where she is, though. We're going to find out right now. Good morning, Pippa.
Hi, good morning from Indianapolis to answer your question.
Is that where you are, Indianapolis?
That's where I live, Indianapolis.
All right. There's a little delay between when you say something and when I hear you, and probably in reverse as well. So I apologize in advance if it sounds like we're talking over you during the course of this interview. It's not our intent.
No problem.
So tell me about your involvement with the Susan G. Komen.
So my involvement with Komen is that each year in May, we try and turn my entire racing car pink, and then we use it as a fundraising symbol, and we go out there and we get race fans involved with the cause, and we raise funds around this pink racing program.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that's what makes our racing program more than pink.
Oh, my goodness. And how long have you been doing this?
This year was our third year doing it, and I think we've raised over $150,000 over the 3 years so far.
Oh, my goodness. And is there a way that we can help you here in Florida?
So I'm actually here because what I do happens in May, but this is a year-round effort. And as you mentioned, right now with October and Breast Cancer Awareness Month, with Susan G. Komen, I'm trying to help them turn that from awareness to impact. And with their new More Than Pink movement, we're trying to get more people involved and more people to stand up and say, yes, I am more than pink. And what does that mean? It means you do more. It means you get involved. So whether that's raising funds, whether it's donating, whether it's volunteering for an event or a race for the cure, or whether it's driving your friends maybe to their chemo appointments, whatever it is you can do, we want you to step up to the plate and join us.
It says here that the finish line, the start and finish line was painted pink. Was it that was the last year? Is that right?
That was last October, yes. Indianapolis Motor Speedway decided to let myself and a group of survivors from my hometown community, Komen, Central Indiana, out onto the racetrack. Very close to the famous yard of bricks at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but they made sure the pink stayed on the white stripe and we didn't splatter any on the famous bricks. But they were nervous about that. But
yeah. How many people normally are sitting in the stadium when you're racing?
At Indianapolis Motor Speedway, around 250 to 300,000 people each year. It's the biggest on-site.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's our whole county. That's the whole county you're talking to.
Yes, it's the biggest sporting event in the world in terms of one day on-site attendance. So it's pretty cool.
So when you're doing this and you have the pink car, I mean, you're actually delivering a message to 250,000 people, not to mention the people watching on TV.
Yeah, absolutely. Not to mention the millions of people tuning in on TV. The car itself serves as a reminder that the fact that we actually raise money around the racing program, that's what really makes the difference.
We as a radio station, I mean, I'm proud of what we've done. We've done a lot of things for cancer awareness. The man who owns one of the men who owns the station, one day he's a disc jockey and he's an MC, and he wore a big pink bra one time at an event, and it was fun. and we reach our audience, but your audience is so much larger. I'm so impressed with what you're able to do.
Well, I was very lucky to have this platform that is the Indianapolis 500, and I just want to say I couldn't do this without my team, Dale Coyne Racing, standing behind me, because obviously when you take a race car
right.
and you use it to raise money, the money to make the race car run has to come from somewhere. So, we couldn't make this happen without Dale Coyne Racing being a big part of this, too.
Well, we have our share of NASCAR drivers that come on. And the one thing you have in common with your fellow race car drivers is that you all always refer to the team. Nobody ever says, this is my accomplishment. It's always... You're always taking congratulations with a team surrounding you. So that's always impressive to me.
That's one of the big things I think people don't realize about motor racing is that it truly is a team sport. Okay, when you're strapped in the car and you're on the track, it's more individual, but your team helped get you there. They're the ones who have given you what you're driving. Every time you come in for a pit stop, your team is involved. And you know what? My team at the Indianapolis 500, all the guys on my car have to wear pink, too.
Well, good.
You have a Get Involved campaign on Indiegogo?
Yes, that's what we've been doing each May. But again, now we're moving to October. And I'm part of the whole More Than Pink campaign that Susan G. Komen is launching. But that Get Involved campaign, that's what makes our racing program more than pink.
Robin and I went to a fundraiser for the American Cancer Society this past Saturday. We were invited, and it was such an honor to be able to be there. It was a $150 a ticket event, and we couldn't have afforded it.
There are over 300 people
It was nice that we were asked to go. But the one thing I want to tell you about it is that there was a lady who stood there and told us about her successful what do you say? I don't say cure. What do they say? She's been cancer free for so many years, and she had breast cancer. And my gosh, what a lovely lady! And it just, when you hear about somebody like that, that's a motivation for anybody who's just been diagnosed, that they can be beat. Do you have a story that you can share with us that maybe got you involved with this? Were you a cancer survivor?
I don't really have sort of a strong, specific personal story. My aunt did pass away from breast cancer when I was a teenager, but I was living abroad at the time. However, that just sort of made me more aware of the disease. And then when I moved to the U.S. in 2009, one of the female drivers whom I'd always looked up to, Sarah Fisher, she and her sponsor turned her car pink at the season finale in October that year. And then Sarah retired from driving, and nobody was really doing anything. So you go through this thought process of somebody should do something. Mm-hmm. And then you go from somebody to, why don't I try and do something? So that's how I ended up with the pink helmet that led to the pink racing program.
Oh, wow, that's outstanding. Yeah. So let's see, before we run out of time, can you direct us to a website or to anything that we can help you help everybody else?
If you want to take part, and we're asking everybody to take part, please visit Komen.org/more than pink. And remember, it's not just about money. Yes, we're fundraising for research on metastatic and aggressive cancers, but this isn't just about fundraising. You can volunteer, you can help your friends, and then we want you to help inspire others by sharing your More Than Pink stories on social media using the hashtag More Than Pink.
And the men also get breast cancer, so that's a wake-up call for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something that really not that well known is guys can get this too.
Well, anybody who gets any cancer at all is taking their entire circle of loved ones, family and friends, into the fight with them. It's just part of what any disease is. We all are there for our loved ones. So. Well, thank you for what you're doing, Pippa. And gosh, what an honor to have you on our show. I can't imagine doing anything in front of 250,000 people.
In pink.
In pink. Oh, I could do it. The pink part wouldn't bother me. It'd be the 250,000 people that I would be very aware of. Thank you, Pippa, and be safe out there. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you for having me on the show today.
Oh, that was fun. We will be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. President Obama, former President Bill Clinton, and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton